Just want to do an update on, this is my African Tetra tank. Usually don't talk during these things because I hate the way my voice sounds on video, but I figured I would for this. Just updating that I added some fish I had in quarantine for about 4 months. Some new Phenacogrammus species, Fantastique. They're a little bigger than rummy-nosed tetras right now and don't really have their full color, so they don't look like much, but they're hanging out at the upper left corner of the tank for the most part, up there. Of course, these, I also added, where are they? Somewhere in the back of the tank, there are some Nana Aethiops unitaneatus. There's an old one I have right there. It's one of the last ones left. Is one of my oldest fish. I've had them for about 6 years. There's one other really rough one that's kind of old and bent over from age. They added 6 more. There's one in the back. They got columnaris when I first had them in quarantine, so that's why both fish I kept quarantined for so long. But they seem fine, so I finally added them to this big tank. So my other African tetras are these electric blue Lestopterus burchardi. And then up towards the top, my Phenacogrammus aurantiacus, lamp-eyed Congo tetras. And then right there, this guy is a red cap moon tetra, or Bathyethiops prusagemi. And this is one of the baby Steatocranus casuarius, buffalo head cichlids. There's a bunch of them. They seem to be hanging out more mid and upper levels of the tank than their parents ever did. Which I don't know, eventually I'm assuming that'll stop and they'll hang out more at the bottom. They do sometimes. Oh, there's a Synodontus. They rarely come out. There's 2 of them. Synodontus nigraventus, upside down catfish. What else is in here? Oh, there's a Gara congoensis. I have one of these because I didn't know if they were social fish or if they were territorial. I couldn't really find out anything about them. Since I got it, I found out they probably would prefer to be in groups, but they're not that common. They're not any for sale anymore. But it seems fine though. Who else do I have in here? That's everyone. And this is 120 gallons. Probably have too many fish in it. Filtration's pretty good, so hopefully it'll be okay. I do enough water changes. But I'd love to have like maybe a 300 gallon, 6 or 8 foot long tank with even more. I'd love to have all the different Congo or African tetras. I'm a big fan of them. I guess that's it for my update. But yeah, everyone's doing pretty well. And hopefully in a couple of months, those new Phenacogrammus Fantastique will color up. They should be sort of a bright red and green. So yeah, anyway, that's it. Almost forgot, this is Microtenopoma anzorgii. I've had for quite a while. I want to say for about almost 4 years. So it's a little bit old and beat up, but it's still doing well. And there are 3 now Crebensis. I can see the female in the back with a few babies underneath her. I had a huge amount of these in the past. For some reason in the larger tank, they seem more aggressive towards each other than they did in the smaller tank. And we've had babies a few times since I moved them here, but these young Steatocranus in the front are excellent hunters. and there's the male. And I have some videos actually of them hunting the babies, which is fine because I want to keep the numbers down. And ultimately, I think because the Crebensis are they're just kind of a pain. They're so aggressive that I think I will phase them out because my focus on this tank is the Tetras, and I don't want anything kind of messing that up. So that's the male. The female's back there somewhere too. The babies are underneath him. And there's another female in here, but they probably, because they're breeding, they attacked her and bit her head. So, there's the female. So that's the sort of thing I'm not a fan of and don't want them doing anything to contribute to problems in this tank. So I've had them for, I think, 4 or 5 years. This is probably the 6th or 7th generation of them. But I think this will be the last for this tank at least. They're fun fish though, so I would keep them again if I had another tank. Anyway. Oh, and there's the mother, Steatocranus. See, she just rests on surfaces, and the babies currently are free swimming most of the time. All right.